Previously on Phoenix Wright, Spirit of Justice. The Nahyuta you knew exists no more. Listen, son, I don't know what made you change like this, but you're still my boy, even if you prosecute my case. Whenever you're ready, we'll welcome you back with open arms. Man. Oh! God, this is why he's always saying let it go and move on. It's like he's trying to tell himself to. And now, back to the present. Hey guys, welcome back to Waifu Simulator starring Emma Sky. I think we already talked to her in the last video. Yeah, we did. Okay. So now it's going to be up to us to examine the crime scene and see what we can do about exonerating a man who was found next to a dead body holding a bloody knife. That's going to be easy. So this is Amura's sarcophagus. Let's take a closer look. There's curtains. Man. Hey, these curtains open, Apollo. There's no body in there. Something on the front of the... That's one big sarcophagus. They say the mummy of Amura, the former queen, rests inside. A mummy, huh? Rats, it's locked. Man, I wanted to see that mummy. Jeez. You mean we can't search inside it? Not a chance. Besides, it's not something anyone will try opening anyway. Define anyone. At this point. What if the real killer's hiding inside? Hey, anyone in there? Get us cursed. Oh my god. Oh lordy. The queen likely bears a grudge toward the living after such a violent, painful death. So no one dares touch the sarcophagus for fear of incurring her wrath. Is this gonna go back to what I was saying about something else? Well, no. Oh no, Apollo, what am I gonna do? Don't look at me. You're the one that's gotta live with it. Just be glad you're not cleaning the toilet. In any case, the sarcophagus is temperature controlled. It's kept really cold to preserve the mummy. So even if someone did decide to hide inside it, they would eventually freeze to death. I see. Well, I mean, could they hide in it for like 5 minutes? You know? Maybe. Still, if they bundled up, I bet a person could hide in there for a little while. Yeah, I think so too. Looks a little bit like Psyche lock chains. Also, guys, I am so sorry that I did not catch on to the Paul Adishon politician. I cannot believe I didn't see that. This is the first time bringing it up. But yeah, people told me about that in the comments, and man, oh man, I'd already recorded so much at that point, so... Oh, man. Looks like the Holy Mother was painted here to watch over Amura's sarcophagus. So it's like this tomb is protected by the Founder. That must be so reassuring to those she left behind. Only one problem, they didn't paint the eyes she needs to do said watching. Come to think of it, she doesn't have a mouth to smile down on the tomb with either. It's actually kind of creepy. I wonder if being watched over by something like that gives the Queen nightmares. Hey, keep that up and the Founders might come and watch over you too. Please. Candles! It's like a small army of monks, all neatly lined up. It looks like they're facing the sarcophagus in prayer. If you look carefully, each one has a slightly different expression. I wonder if they used real people as models. Possibly. Some are frowning, some are smiling. There's one that looks like he's trying his hardest not to burst out laughing. I wonder why. Maybe it's like those times when things are so intense but you can't help but laugh. You know, like at funerals and stuff. They went through all the trouble of depicting that. Talk about going overboard. I guess Athena's the kind of guy who laughs at a funeral, can't understand what she means, you soon will. There's more over here. Look, one of the statues is broken. Yeah, but it's kind of hard to see from here. Let's check it out when we get a little closer. Oh, I thought they meant zoom in on the coffin. I always forget you can do this right here. Alright. Well, there's a picture up there. Another mural or something. Is this supposed to be Amura channeling a spirit? Looks like the spirit of some country's sultan or something. And she seems to be conveying something to his retainers. She's burning them alive! Well, she's on fire. Oh. This must be Amara's assassination, as allegedly carried out by Dirk. They really made him look evil. Just like in that TV show. Oh, God. This is the weirdest one of all. Is that supposed to be Dirk facing his punishment in the afterlife? Anyway, I guess that's the last one. That makes me worry a little bit. I don't know. Because, like, if they're depicting stuff, are they depicting stuff that actually happened? Because if that did happen, what if the Dirk we've been talking to all this time has been someone else? I really don't want... That would really ruin the story, though, if that were the case, wouldn't it? Like, they wouldn't do that, I don't think. I guess we're supposed to see this as a happy ending. Yeah, except nobody came out of this story happy. Oh, we can examine the thing from over here. The sarcophagus is surrounded by a curtain that someone could have hidden behind it. True, but that's one of the many places the Royal Guard checked after storming in. Wow, they were really thorough. Well, you know. Yes, well, apparently one of their members loves mystery novels. He peered into every nook and cranny with an almost frightening amount of gusto. And when he was done, he said, no, he didn't. Very interesting. It's like one of those locked room mysteries. Sounds like he's in the wrong line of work. There's the body, I want to tell you. Guess this is where Inga collapsed when he died. Better take a closer look. He had a gun. Interesting. So the minister was armed, huh? Or somebody just laid it there. That's a 4-shot pistol. He had it for self-defense, apparently. But it won't be firing anything anytime soon. Huh? He was carrying a broken gun around for show? No, we recovered a bullet here. Which means the gun probably broke as the minister fired its last round. The thing is, the gun's chambers are all empty. Yet that one bullet is the only bullet we could find. That is strange. Where did the other 3 go? Maybe Dirk ate them. We can ask the next time we see him. Just be ready for his predictably shocking answer. Boy, oh boy. Surely there's a phone here too? Or if this is Inga's cell phone. We check the history. Maybe he's got some porn on there. It should be. His fingerprints are all over it. Do you know if he talked with anyone recently? There were a few calls logged between him and his underlings. They're all members of the secret police who were directly under the minister's control. You mean like spies? I don't think that's quite it. And we got the knife and the blood here. So this is the murder weapon. Emma, did you find any prints on it? Please tell me no, but you're gonna say yep. And then they're super clear. They belong to one Dirk Sadmati. That's not good. Were there any others? There was one more print from another individual, but it was too smudged to identify. It's probably an old print from someone else who had handled the knife. Oh. I don't know. It seems weird that they would take the time to mention that, though. Huh. They've already taken the body away. It's kind of sad how familiar I've become with body outlines. Yeesh. I have a photo of the body if you're interested. Sure, I'd love to see that. I really would. Oh. He was stabbed right in the back. The poor guy was practically skewered. What's he wearing on his arms? Those are the cuffs of justice. The cuffs of justice! Wow, that sounds ridiculous. Seems to be a tradition here for the Minister of Justice to wear those forearm cuffs. That must get really old. They look like they're made of a thick fabric, so I guess they aren't for protection. Maybe they're for keeping his sleeves out of the way when handling documents. Yeah, that's probably their original purpose. But over the years, the reason for wearing them was probably forgotten. So now they're just one of many traditional things that people do without knowing why. Huh. Oh, I get it. Kind of like the way you roll up your sleeves, huh? Or your psychology, if we're going there. I happen to know why I started, thank you very much. Tomb crime photo added to the corner here. Boy, oh boy. So we have a photo, we have the knife, the phone, and the gun. I'm not entirely sure about the gun thing. Like they said, they were talking about, like, why was there only one bullet? It's like, couldn't he have just loaded only one into it? And then it broke when he fired that one? Okay, well, that pretty much covers that. So we got a lot of information about the body here. Is any of these guys in the background anything particular? Well, there's something here. Wow, it's covered in blood. With a blood spatter this large, it must have gotten all over the killer, too. Come to think of it. Flashback to Dirk, yep. I'm getting way too good at this. There was blood on Dirk's clothes. Circumstantial evidence points to Dirk being the killer. That's what I'd conclude if I were a cop, too. Why are things always so bleak for me? I know, Apollo, I know. This is the grape juice Inga was drinking. Boy, they just love their bottles of grape juice in these cases, don't they? He was probably nervous after or before his meeting with Dirk. More like his beating with Dirk. So he drank grape juice. I'm not seeing the logic here. Mr. Wright told me all about it when he was hospitalized a few years ago. He said grape juice has something in it that helps you relax. Really? Are you sure he was talking about regular, plain old grape juice? Because it sounds like he was drinking alcohol and they just couldn't say that in the USA. No, he couldn't have meant that. I mean, we're talking about a medical facility. They wouldn't have allowed something like that in. Right. Let's just leave it at that. Just like the crow chasing the butterfly, huh? Well, so let's try over here. See what this statue thing is all about. One of the statues is broken. Let's take a closer look. Oh my god, there's like Monogatama all over the floor. It's a Monogatama, I think. Did it come from the broken statue? Look, Apollo, there's another one. There's two of them. No, not a second one! But the other statues only have one each. Hey, you're right. Maybe the statue was special or something? Alright, let's try the statue then. This thing's more splinter than statue now. The bullet from the victim's gun did a real number on it. It seems like something you get cursed for, you know? In Mr. Inga's case, I'd say getting your ticket punched is curse enough. Yeah, but don't curses extend to the afterlife? You need to stop taking what Nahyuta says so seriously. I'm perfectly capable of thinking for myself. You got it. Wait, there's something glowing down there. There's something shiny down here. It's a pendant. There's blood on it. I wonder who it belongs to. All we know is it's not the victim's. No one in the royal family recognized it. Emma, did you lift any fingerprints from it? I did, but I wasn't able to get a clean one. That's too bad. But the blood turned out to be the victim's. That means it must have fallen here in the course of the murder. It might be Dirk's. I should ask him about it later. Pink butterfly pendant. That is a weird-ass looking pendant, though. It's kind of cool. So make sure and show that to Dirk later. Yeah, don't forget that. There's something over here, too. Look, there's a bullet here. It's from the pistol the victim was carrying. My guess is he tried to shoot his attacker, but missed, and the bullet ended up here. I've already determined the rifling marks to be a match to his gun. Rifling marks? Aren't those... Oh, shall I explain? The science behind it is absolutely fascinating. No, we're good. Oh, lawyers. They think they're so smart. You do realize we can hear you. It's funny, they always make a point of bringing up those rifling marks and saying like, how important they are. Oh, there's more murals up here. Ooh, a baby on a lotus blossom. That's one strange painting. Apparently that's part of a mural depicting the life and times of Queen Amara. You know, like a storyboard or something. Is that baby supposed to be Amara? This one depicts Amara preaching to the faithful. It's hard to put into words, but I've never seen anything like it. let's see, the next one is that Dirk? Why does he have horns? Well, he did say he managed to, like, what is it, woo her affections, as it were. My best guess is, he picks the first time Alma and Dirk met. So he's supposed to be some kind of demon who's seducing her. Well, he was successful since they got married after that. Now I kind of want to go back and look at the other ones again. The mural continues on the opposite wall. Yeah, I'm going to look at that one more time. Alright, so here she's channeling some country's sultan or something. And she seems to be conveying something to his retainers. She's on fire. Huh. I have this horrible feeling that that's not him facing his punishment in the afterlife. That's him facing his punishment in the life. Oh wait, there's like a chair over here? Let me see this. Miss Faye was apparently tied to this chair. Let's take a closer look. We should try to cover every angle possible here. Slide the tits screen or use the circle pad and look around carefully in this area. Well, let's start with the easy stuff here. As I didn't know, but I happen to be a bit of an escape artist myself. Trucy showed me how to do her rope escape trick. And why would you bother learning something like that? Because we're always getting into trouble when working cases with Mr. Wright. So I thought it might come in handy someday. Well, I guess you're right about that. Miss Faye could have definitely used that knowledge. That's right, so now you just sit right here and we'll get started. What in the world gave you the idea I wanted to learn? Oh my god. Hilarity. Poor Miss Faye, she must have been tied up to this chair. I can just imagine how much her backside must have hurt after sitting here for so long. It would have been torture for you, I bet. I mean, you don't know how to sit still. If by that you mean I like to stay active, then I have to agree with you. Sod off, mate. Whoa, is that blood? Hang on. Look, there's a blood stain on one of the chair legs. Really? Hey, you're right. I completely missed that. Let's move the chair so we can check under it. There's like a giant hole in the floor. Oh, jeez. There's more blood under the chair leg. Oh, I wonder what it's doing there. I have some luminol here. Why don't you do some testing around it? Okay, cool. I'm wearing the glasses. Is it on the rope by any chance? Oh, hello. Well, well, would you look at that? The bloodstain leads all the way to the sarcophagus. What does that mean, though? Emma, is this Mr. Inga's blood? Hold on one second. Oh, God. That's strange. I didn't get a match. Then whose blood is it? Dirk and Miss Faye weren't wounded as far as we know. And the blood's been wiped out by someone for some reason. Yeah, that's strange too. Okay. I think I know whose blood it is, but holy shit, if that's for real. So I never thought about this. If you channel someone, do you get their blood as well? Wait, what? Someone could have hid behind these curtains. Here, I'll go give it a try. Oh my god. This would be the most depressing investigation ever if we didn't have Athena here. Well, can you tell I'm hiding here? No, I can't tell at all. That's it. It's the perfect hiding place. We did it, Apollo! We solved the case! Sorry to burst your bubble, but the royal guards searched the tomb high and low right after they stormed in. And they said no one else was in here besides Minister Inga, Dirk, and Miss Faye. Well, back to the drawing board, I guess. My brilliant deduction destroyed in 3 sentences. I don't know, usually it gives you some kind of indication that you've finished examining, but I don't think we've gotten that yet. Maybe we never caught everything here. Wait. It's full of ash, I guess would be. This is an incense burner. Hey, look, Apollo. There's something in the ashes. Let's see what it is. Let's see what you've got. Oh my, there's more stuff here, more shinies. Is that a gemstone? I wonder what it's doing here. Ah, I got this one covered, Apollo. Would you like to hear my brilliant theory? Oh yeah, her widget's like all smiles right now. Well, I guess it wouldn't do any harm. You know how people make wishes by throwing coins into a fountain, right? Well, you know, on second thought, I'm good. What? You sure you don't need to hear my theory? I was just about to get to the good part. Let's just ask Emma. That'll be much quicker. Oh, shot through the heart, man. Excuse me, Emma, what's this gemstone doing here? Oh, that. Oh, it's from his coat. His jacket, whatever. Must have fallen off and gotten in there somehow. See, every puzzle has an answer, Athena. Well, I thought my idea was pretty good. Wait, what's with this soot? See here on the gemstone? Hey, right. Gemstone added to the court record. Caked in soot. Caked! God, I love that word, caked. Well, I reckon that about covers it. I think we've covered just about everything, that's what I just said. Maybe we should go over what we've learned so far. Well, for starters, we're dealing with a locked room murder. But instead of the tomb being locked, it was being cordoned off by the royal guard. And after the murder, no one was found to be hiding inside. Right. In addition, we also know that Dirk's fingerprints are all over the murder weapon. The curtain around the sarcophagus was drenched in the victim's blood on one side. Blood must have also gotten on the killer when they stabbed the minister from behind. Dirk had blood on him when the crime was first discovered. Unfortunately, he doesn't remember what happened. I mean, I don't know. I don't know how you're going to explain this one, because I gotta tell you, man, this looks pretty open and shut. This is not good. That's what we know so far is things couldn't be worse for our case. And that's still an understatement somehow. Yeah, looking pretty grim it is. And I'm Yoda. Oh, if you two are done here, I'll have to ask you to leave. Go on, Scoop. Something wrong, Emma. Are you trying to give us the boot to the head? It's just easier if you're not here when his ephemeral holiness arrives. Ah! Oh, too late. He's here. Speak of the devil. Well, I don't know how wrong you actually are there. Prosecutor Sadmati, I'm sorry. I couldn't... They paid me off. Detective Sky, it seems you've spoken at length with these two lawyers. I do hope you've also kept an eye on them. Yeah. Yes, of course. Like a hawk. They didn't touch a single thing. Give a lawyer an inch and they'll take a mile. Never forget that. There's that look of distrust again. Hey, Nahyuta. Do you really believe that Dirk's guilty? Are you seriously going to prosecute this case? I mean, he's your father. You were once part of the Defiant Dragons, weren't you? I don't seem to recall anything like that. Hey, Nahyuta, wait! I said wait! Come on, Athena, after him! Are we chasing him? Oh god, are we going to start following him around now? Are we going to be the Wright to his phoenix? Never thought I'd say a sentence like that. Alright, one last thing before I quit. I never wanted any more than I could fit inside my head. I still remember every single word you said and all the shit that somehow came along with it. Still, there's one thing that comforts me, I was always gauging it with breathe. I was gonna do that without breathing in. Alright, let's go after Nahyuta. Stop singing Monkey Wrench. Royal Residence. Yeah. 18th Grand Palace Royal Residence. Nahyuta, would you stop already? He's not giving up here. What do you want? It's about Dirk. Would you please hear me out? I failed to see why I should. Now, if you'll excuse me.
Hold it!
Dude, oh my god. Nahyuta, are you afraid of what I might have to say? If not, then there's no harm in listening, right? Very well. Speak, he is afraid. But make it quick, there is much I must do. Why does everything have to be so difficult with you? I mean, he's probably afraid that, like, I'm gonna... Because let's say that I managed to convince him or something. You know, then that makes everything he's done for the last 5 years pointless. Well, let's do the talkie talk in. Prosecuting Dirk. Oh man, this is what we've been waiting for, man. I can feel it. So, I mean, I know it gets worse. I know it's gonna get crazier than this, but still, I need to know, man. So I know you'll be prosecuting Dirk's case, but are there any other prosecutors in this country? Are you actually saying that you wish... No, you aren't, Apollo. You are not. You don't. You don't even want to mess with that Mac Daddy. Why does it have to be you? Her Eminence, Queen Garad, personally requested that I serve as prosecutor. She did. That would make it hard to say no. Her Eminence thinks highly of my prosecutorial skills. Still, she didn't have to ask you to handle a case against your own father. Be honest, you really don't want to do this, do you? You speak of love and sentiment? I guess so. I do not deny such human emotions. But the law is the law, and placing personal feelings above it is beyond reprieve. Do you disagree? Well, no, I don't disagree, but civilizations only exist due to the confines of the law. Without them, love and sentiment would lack the fertile soil they need to flourish. You're getting pretty deep here, man. It's like, this is an interesting debate to have, though. It's just because I agree about the law and stuff, but I also think that you should never put a person in a situation where they have to choose between one or the other. It doesn't belong, you know. It's like separation of church and state, you know. There should be separation of family and state too. Or, well, I don't know if I actually worded that right. The law must be obeyed. This truth sits above all else, including personal feelings. Therefore, whether or not I am the son of the accused is of no consequence. It is that simple. Or would you say otherwise? But... Come on, Apollo, tell him how wrong he is! No. That's the problem. He's not entirely wrong. But don't you, wish it wasn't that way? Man, it appears I've wasted my breath on you. And the winner is Prosecutor Sadmati. Still spewing empty words devoid of meaning or consequence, I see. You putrid red pepper. Ah! I know I'm right. But did he have to be so eloquent about his point? It's like he's trying to cover something up with his pretty words. Well, I tell ya. Apollo, I'd cut back on the debates with him if I were you. Just stick to questions, like the one you wanted to ask. That's my toilet. Isn't it? Yeah, it totally is. What? Ugh, that was weird. Who Dirk cares about? Oh, man. Nahyuta, I wanted to ask you about that hostage situation. Inga said he had someone dear to Dirk in the palm of his hand. And he was using that person along with his hostage as leverage in obtaining the orb. That's news to me. Well, that's what Inga said. Said it over the phone. Yeah. You can kiss your chances of getting the orb goodbye. My fate ain't my only, how shall I say, insurance, you know, Dirk. I've got someone dear to you right in the palm of my hand, see? Now that one, well, you can imagine what kinds of things I could do, right? And when he said that, I thought he was talking about Nahyuta. Maybe he still is? I got the impression Dirk had no choice but to follow Inga's demands after he heard that. Who do you suppose this special person is? I wouldn't know. Holy God, oh my God. Really? Hey Nahyuta, about what you just said. Don't Sudoku me. Ouch, my bracelet is crushing my wrist. Youch, that really hurts. What the heck's going on? I'm wise to your tricks, you putrid pepper. That bracelet reacts to the anxieties of the people around you by squeezing your wrist. But now that I know how it works, I can make it tighten around your wrist anytime I wish. Consider this a warning. I don't know how he did it, but this renders my bracelet useless. Oh God, I was gonna say, there's no way we're actually doing that to him. Such devilry is powerless in the face of the Holy Mother's blessings. Looks like your special power won't work against Prosecutor Sabmani, Apollo. Yeah, I noticed. We'll have to try something else. Maybe the Magatama. Ugh. Maybe the Magatama? Maybe the whole thing is that the Magatama and the bracelet are at war with each other. That's the real war that's happening here. It appears. You intend to go through with the trial, you have no hope of winning. Grow up, Mr. Justice. We are no longer children, you and I. I'm not the one who needs to grow up, Nahyuta. In case you didn't hear, I won my last case against none other than Mr. Wright. You didn't hear about that one, did you? You tell him, Apollo. Oh, man. So it's a rock, paper, scissors scenario, is it? I'm the rock. You're the scissors. Phoenix is the paper. Is he mad? I can never tell with him. This trial is different. Your foolishness will only earn you a death sentence for aiding and abetting a criminal. And those who die as criminals are doomed to be reborn in the next life as something lower than a bug or vegetable. You would be lucky to return to this realm as a patch of mold. Mold? That's pretty harsh. If you wish to avert such a fate, abandon this folly before it is too late. I don't care if I end up as a dollop of blue cheese dressing in my next life. I'm gonna defend Dirk in court. There ain't a damn thing you can do about it. You fool. Know this. I intend to prosecute the accused with all my might, no matter what you say or do. Consider yourself forewarned. Now if you'll excuse me. Well, that went nowhere fast, huh? That's too bad, though. I mean, he's really hell-bent on it. Prosecutor Sabmani knows his father will be publicly executed if he's found guilty. Yet he won't show even an ounce of mercy. Nahyuta, is this the real you? Have you really changed? Do you really plan on sending Dirk to his death? Do you even hear me? Don't Dirk and I matter to you anymore? I don't know. Oh, wow, to be continued. Jeez. Okay, well, that's a start. We're gonna go a little further, though. I got a Nintendo Direct starting in an hour, so if that gives any indication of when I'm recording this.